Hello, my name is Benny Nord, and I will be doing a presentation on diverse sexual orientation of student and physical education, changing their environment. In this presentation, I will state the problems that exist with students that have diverse sexual orientations. I will also provide effective methods that can support learning and growth for all students regardless of their sexual orientation. This slide consists of LGBTQ, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and questioning. GLB, gay, lesbian, bisexual. LGBT students and athletes often claim that physical education classes and athletic environments are where they feel least safe and least supported. Health and physical education among all students is an essential component in physical education. Physical education is traditionally a heteronormative environment. However, in today's society, PE classes consist a more diverse body of students. LGBT students often experience challenges based upon their identity. Based upon these challenges, LGBT students exhibit a lack of participation in physical education. A quality physical education program must not only implement activities to support and promote physical health, but physical activity programs must also find ways to support students of diverse sexual orientation. Students often report that teachers and staff do not intervene when anti-LGBT language is used. An inclusive environment is respectful of differences that include and bring classes or teams and sends the message that everyone is valued. In today's society, students of different sexual orientation, such as gays and lesbians, experience discrimination from their peers. Such discrimination can lead to bullying and preventing students from learning and engaging in physical education activities. According to an online source with GLSEN, the experience of LGBT students in school athletics, a study was conducted and included responses from students ages of 13 to 20 years old from all 50 states. This research showed 4 key concerns. 1. Physical education classes were unsafe environments for LGBT students. 2. LGBT students may be underrepresented on extracurricular sports teams. 3. Many LGBT students experience discrimination and harassment in school sports. And 4. LGBT student athletes may not be fully supported by school athletic staff and policies. Here is a graph that talks about student experiences of bullying and harassment in PE classes. As you can see, some of the percentages from 14.5 frequently, and then you can also see 15.3% to 9.1 to 13.9%. And that's based on sexual orientation. Based on sexual gender expression, you've seen frequently 15.1, often 14.1, sometimes 8.9, and rarely 12.9. Perhaps given these experiences of victimization, LGBT students commonly avoid athletic spaces at school because of feeling unsafe and uncomfortable. 1/3 of LGBT students avoided attending PE classes, and students who experienced higher level of victimization in PE classes were more likely to avoid attending these classes. 4 in 10 avoided locker rooms. Almost a quarter avoided school athletic fields and facilities. Some of the problems: LGBTQ youth are far more likely to be bullied, sexual harassed, and or physically abused compared to their heterosexual counterparts. Approximately 85% of LGBTQ students were verbally harassed, and almost half were physically assaulted because of their minority sexual orientation or gender identity expression. A variety of challenges LGBT students encountered included restrictions on LGBT student groups, bullying and discrimination from classmates and school staff members, and exclusion of LGBT topics from curricula, with an overall conclusion that many U.S. public schools are still unwelcoming to LGBT students and teachers. The above stressful conditions within the school environment can lead to poor psychological and physical health among students. When requested by the transgender students, schools should provide private, separate changing, showering, and toilet facilities for students' use, but transgender students should not be required to use separate facilities. Every locker room should have some private options for changing, showering, and toileting for use by any student who desires to use them. This would include transgender students. Some of the solutions: Department of Education and school administrators should make school environment more welcoming to LGBT students and staff. Listed below are ways in which schools can begin to incorporate these solutions: repealing law that prohibit discussion of LGBT issues in schools, enacting laws to protect students and staff members from discrimination based on their sexual orientation and gender identity, creating school policies and curricula that explicitly include LGBT people, and also enforcing protection against bullying, specifically for LGBT students. Within the physical education classroom, it is important that students feel a presence of support from teachers and staff. Having an inclusive environment that is respectful of these differences that individuals bring to a class sends a message that everyone is valued. This can greatly contribute to a positive climate for LGBT students in physical education. Ways in which physical education teachers can provide a positive and inclusive environment is that transgender students should be able to use locker rooms and showers that are consistent with their gender identity. In all cases, students, teammates, coaches, and all others in the school should refer to transgender students by their chosen name. In order to change the culture within the physical education program, it is important for schools to begin to develop policies that include LGBT students. Creating a respectful environment for students and athletes has multiple benefits for students. Teachers and coaches must not remain silent on the issues that LGBT students experience in physical education. The implementation of proactive solutions can lead the way to elimination of discrimination among LGBT students and create an environment where all students can be engaged to learn and grow without the threat of intimidation or bullying due to sexual orientation.